This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, a close game in the halftime turns into a wake-up call. Gilas Pilipinas falls to Australia, and Justin Brownlee breaks down why the Boomers were just on a different level. After her breakthrough season, tennis greats are making bold comparisons about Filipina netter Alex Eala's global fame. One name is redefining junior golf for the Philippines, Guico. After a breakthrough in Pinehurst, he delivers another world championship in Spain. The Filipinas make history on ice. An 8-0 rout of Singapore marks the Philippines' first ever win in the World Championships of Women. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 2nd of March. Now, here's our roundup. A 5-point halftime deficit turned into a 27-point loss as Gilas Pilipinas fell 93-66 to the Australia men's national basketball team in the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. Justin Brownlee said Australia's size, experience, and high-level exposure made the difference. Zeus Valdez has this report.
A 5-point halftime deficit quickly turned into a reality check as Gilas Pilipinas fell 93-66 to Australia in the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. The Boomers pulled away in the second half, turning defensive stops into transition buckets and knocking down perimeter shots to break the game wide open. Justin Brownlee pointed to several factors behind Australia's dominance.
It's a lot of things, to be honest. Obviously, their size and athleticism, starting with that. But, also you can tell they're coached well. I think their physicality is there. It's just really high-level basketball.
Elijah Pepper led the Boomers with 28 points, including 5 3-pointers, as Australia's depth and experience showed. Brownlee also noted that Australia's exposure to global competitions gives them a clear edge.
They're used to playing in those type of environments, from the Olympics to World Cups, to whatever it is. So, and even all over the world, those guys go all over the world and play as imports as well, in the NBA as well. So, yeah, man, I think it's a lot of things, that the country, as far as when it comes to Australia, you can tell they take basketball serious, and the development there is really good, and it shows.
Despite the 27-point loss, Brownlee believes the defeat serves as a benchmark for where Gilas stands against elite competitions.
Playing against high-level teams, some of the best teams in the world, like Australia, New Zealand, in this window, it made us really realize, how much we got to elevate our game, and it's not just playing hard, running hard up and down the court, it's also the mental game.
Reporting for the Scorecard, I am Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Alex Eala's stardom is now being compared to legends. The 20-year-old Filipina tennis sensation is drawing comparisons to none other than NBA legend Michael Jordan and boxing great Manny Pacquiao. 4-time Grand Slam champion Kim Clijsters says Eala is like Michael Jordan in the Philippines, pointing to the massive attention and pressure that comes from her rising fame. Clijsters notes that living under that kind of spotlight is not easy, and Eala will have to continue strengthening her game as opponents study her more closely. Meanwhile, former world number 5 Genie Bouchard compared Eala's potential impact to that of Manny Pacquiao at the height of his career. Bouchard said if Eala keeps winning, the sky's the limit, not just on the court, but off it as well. From Jordan-level fame to Pacquiao-like impact, Alex Eala isn't just playing tennis. She's building a phenomenon. Las Vegas belongs to the Philippines again. Jeffrey Roda delivered a championship-winning shot, sinking the decisive 10-ball in a nerve-wracking shootout as Team Philippines edged Poland 3-2 in sets to claim the WPA Tennis World Championship at the Westgate Resort and Casino. The final was a roller coaster. The Filipinos fell behind 0-2 in sets, with Poland dominating early exchanges. Carlo Biado sparked the comeback, drilling precise shots under pressure, while Rubilen Amit and Cheska Centeno held strong in critical frames to keep the Filipinos in the hunt. In the end, Roda's ice-cold 10 balls sealed the victory, completing a thrilling turnaround.
This is my first world titles, you know. If I make it, we're gonna be the champion. And so great experience, and it's like a great gift for my birthday this coming, March 1. Thank you for all the fans that supported us.
With each player contributing under pressure, the Philippines completed a remarkable turnaround after a 0-2 deficit to lift the $120,000 top prize. The victory marks the Philippines' return to the World Summit since their 2022 championship in Klagenfurt, Austria. The NU Lady Bulldogs are hoping for positive news as ace rookie Sam Cantada undergoes further testing to determine the severity of a shin injury. Cantada was hurt during NU's 5-set loss to the UP Fighting Maroons in UAAP Season 88 after a collision with libero IC Cepada while chasing a loose ball. The rookie had to be helped off the court and did not return, dealing a blow to NU's rotation as the team pursues a third straight title. With a quick turnaround ahead, the Lady Bulldogs return to action against the UE Lady Warriors, hoping their young star receives good news before their next match. The Philippine women's national ice hockey team has made history. The Filipinas scored their first ever win in the IIHF Women's World Championship Division III Group B, blanking Singapore 8-0 in Estonia. Jasmine Alcido led the charge with 4 goals and 3 assists. Georgie Regencia added 2 goals, while Bianca Cuevas tallied a goal and 4 assists. Kathleen Tan, Shaden Ganak, and Gerardine Go also scored as the Philippines showcased its depth. A breakthrough moment for the Filipinas and a strong message that Philippine women's hockey is on the rise. While most 7-year-olds are busy playing with toys or discovering new hobbies, Zach Guico is already carving his name into history. Hailing from Binalonan, Pangasinan, the young prodigy continues to raise the Philippine flag high on the global stage, proving that greatness knows no age. Here's Sheila Salaysay with the story.
History continues to follow one name in Philippine golf, Zach Guico. And this time, it's all about the tournaments that cemented his rise. The breakthrough came at the prestigious U.S. Kids Golf World Championship in Pinehurst, North Carolina, one of the biggest stages in junior golf, competing against more than 100 of the best young golfers from around the world in the boys' 7-year-old division. Zach delivered a stunning 3-round total of 104 strokes to claim the world title. It was a defining moment that put the Filipino prodigy on the global map. But proving you can win once again is one thing. Proving you can do it again on another continent is what separates good players from the greats. At the 2026 Daily Mail Junior World Championship in Marbella, Spain, Zach stepped into a new division, the 8 to 9-year-old category, facing a deeper, older, and highly competitive international field at the Villa de Padierna Golf Course. He opened with rounds of 76 and 77 to stay within striking distance. Then came the statement round, a scorching 69 in the final day, the lowest of his tournament, powering him to a 3-stroke victory over Spain's Bernal Suarez. Clutched when it mattered most, Zach closed strong to secure his second World Championship title in just 2 years.
After, because I had many windfalls, I just keep my attitude normal. Like what I got, double par, double. So I just stayed constant on it for the second, third.
I didn't knew I was leading in the 18th hole, so I just needed to like stay confident so I can keep the lead.
From Pinehurst to Marbella, to world stages, to championship performance, Zach Guico is turning elite junior tournaments into his proving ground. Reporting for the Scorecard, Sheila Salaysay, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
The Filipinas may have come up short, but they delivered a courageous performance against host Australia in the AFC Women's Asian Cup. The Malditas secured The focus now shifts to their next match, where a positive result will be crucial to keep their knockout hopes alive. Rising tensions between the United States and Iran are now impacting global sports. FIBA has scrapped all Middle East games scheduled for Monday in the second window of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian qualifiers. Matches involving Iran, Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, India, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia were postponed following retaliatory strikes by Iran after a U.S.-Israel attack. FIBA says the games will be rescheduled during the next window in June. The crisis is also casting doubt on Iran's participation in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be co-hosted by the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Reports say Iranian football officials are considering withdrawal, as all of Iran's group matches are set to be played in the United States. Iran has already qualified, but officials say a final decision will depend on how the situation evolves. As geopolitical tensions rise, international sports now face growing uncertainty. Another milestone, another legendary company. LeBron James has become just the second player in the history of the Los Angeles Lakers to reach 1,000 made three-pointers in purple and gold. The only other name on that list, Kobe Bryant. For a franchise defined by icons, joining Bryant in any statistical category carries weight. And for James, now in his 40s, it's yet another reminder that his impact in Los Angeles isn't just about championships, but about etching his name deeper into Lakers history. Meanwhile, here are the results from around the league. When we return, what's next for Gilas Pilipinas after a winless FIBA window? Analyst Jay Mercado breaks down where the national team stands, the adjustments that need to be made, and whether Gilas can still close the gap against Asia's elite. All that and more when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. From rotations and chemistry to the mental toughness needed against elite competition, we break down the future of Gilas Pilipinas after a winless FIBA window and what adjustments must be made moving forward. Joining us again tonight is basketball analyst Jay Mercado. Jay, good evening and welcome back to the show.
Good evening. Hi. Good evening to all the viewers.
Last night's game was very painful, especially in the second half. What were your biggest takeaways, Jay, in that game of Gilas Pilipinas against Australia?
From the defensive standpoint, especially the first half, maganda. No? Obviously, we were able to limit Australia to 38 points in the first half. But obviously, after that, they scored 55 points in the second half. So nagkaroon tayo ng breakdown. a lot of it, the defensive collapse was broken down specifically because of our inability to make baskets. No? So from the offensive end, I think there are three main takeaways that we must do. No, personally, as marami nagsasabi, Tim Cone has to discard the triangle offense, etc., and give more options for the players to be more liberal as far as scoring. I think three things will have to be taken into consideration. Number one, our team has to take better control of the ball, no? To reduce the number of turnovers that they have. It's going to be very critical. The second one is ball movement. Napaka-importante yun. Obviously, the triangle offense, we see that every time, no? But if it works, no? If it's working, in this case, Australia was able to figure out our triangle offense in the second half. So nagkaroon ng konting adjustment, ng konting problema pagdating sa fluidity ng offense natin. And the third one, I think the most important part is that we need to shoot that ball. No? Nawalan tayo na shooters, no? Up to this point in time, we still haven't found our Ball Sadernado, our June Papa, or even our Alan Kaidik at this point in time. So that's what Alan Kaidik has been playing in the national team since 1984, and he continued to play all the way up to 1998 with the Centennial team. So ang laking bagay talaga na wala pa tayong shooter na ganun ka-consistent shoot.
Wow, that's interesting that you mentioned that, Jay, because during one of Coach Tim Cone's statements in the post-match interviews, he did say that he was okay with the lineup and just hoping that somebody like Kai Soto would come back in the next window, maybe a Troy Rosario or a Justin Baltazar, but shooters. What about Kevin Kiambao or maybe Carl Tamayo? Those two guys are averaging at least 15 points per game in their teams abroad. Do you think they should be incorporated more to become those shooters that we've been missing?
Excellent point. Absolutely. And I completely agree with this. No? Kasi right now, hindi na-develop yung confidence ni Carl at saka ni KQ pagdating sa laro because they're only given, spot minutes lang. No? So yung bago minutes sila, by that time, lumalabas na. And they're trying to be very careful also when they're inside. They don't want to make mistakes because very limited lang yung playing time nila. So I think that's one critical element that has to be taken into consideration. Number two, I agree with Tim Cone that he has players who can shoot the ball. You have Juan Comesilian, you have Carl, you have KQ, you have Dwight Ramos, you have Justin Brownlee. All these guys are all shooters, yeah. But the thing is, ang nangyayari is they're probably not positioned well enough or they're not given the option enough to be able to, the better option rather of making that shot and on rhythm. So yun ang nagiging problema. So parang pilit lagi yung tira natin, alam naman natin mahaba ang kalaban natin. So isang step lang nila, kayang-kaya na balikan ulit yung kanilang defensive man.
Jay, you mentioned earlier the thought about booting the triangle offense, and Coach Tim Cone used the word simpler, actually. Like during one of his post-game press conference, his statement, sabi niya, a simpler offense. So, ano kayang offense ito? What kind of offense do you see Coach Tim and Gilas employing in the next couple of games?
Maraming options yan. I remember Coach Baldwin employed the swing offense, no? That allowed better ball movement among the players. But I think that's going to be the most important part or the most important element, no? The ability of the team to move the ball well. Australia taught us a lesson in the second half. Bakit lagi libre si Pepper? Alam naman natin, naka-scout niya si Pepper, si Mitch Creek were also well scouted, but somehow, somewhere, ang nangyayari is nalilibre pa rin sila. So, in other words, because of ball movement, because of all on-ball movement that allows them to find the open man because of several picks and screens along the way. Doon tayo kulang. Para nangyayari, pag nag-fail yung isang pick, ganyan, titigil na. And then, one-on-one na tayo. And the more often that we do one-on-one, that's when our offense collapses. So those adjustments have to be made at least in the next 3 months or so until the third window.
Jay, as a last question, despite the loss, the winless stint here at home, lumabas na rin yung mga balita na Gilas still qualifies for round 2. Pero meron pa tayong mga laro in July against the same teams, New Zealand and Australia. What are our expectations naman for those two games, Jay?
Okay, mas mahirapan tayo. Kalaban natin ulit yung dalawang teams yan. This time, nasa hometown, sila may hometown advantage. The best option sana talaga was to win at least one here at home. Huwag na tayo umasa sa Australia. Mahirapan talaga tayo. If we keep the game close, if we try to be competitive, we should be happy with that. Kahit paano yun, may moral victory tayo doon. Tatanggapin ko na yun. Kahit I don't like moral victories. However, na New Zealand game, obviously, we proved that we can beat them even without Kai Soto and with Justin Brownlee scoring only 4 points. No, ang nangyari is we allowed ourselves to go down by 10 points or more in the crucial juncture at the end of the third quarter, entering the fourth quarter. So nahihirapan na tayo pabalik. And eventually, we were bullied inside. No? The last 2 points of New Zealand was done through an offensive rebound. So again, those are painful moments. No? And I think we can beat New Zealand even in Auckland or Wellington. No? Kaya natin talunin yan. No? Especially with Kai Soto expected to be back. It's going to be crucial. Why? Kasi kung manalo tayo sa New Zealand and we expect that New Zealand will win over Guam, no? Tabla tayo ng New Zealand. If we win by more than 3 points, we will be second place in our bracket, which means that when we carry it over to the next round, in the second round, and face the Middle Eastern teams, Iran, Syria, Iraq, or Jordan, 1-1 ang record natin. Kung matalo tayo sa New Zealand, 0-2 tayo.
All right, well, let's hope and pray that things get better and the preparation of Gilas is better as well for those games in July. Jay, thank you so much again for your thoughts and analysis, sharing them with us tonight here on the Scorecard.
Salamat, Anton. Thank you.
All right, Jay Mercado with us here on the show. And now, it is time to keep your eyes on the prize. Tonight, a surging contender meets a dangerous wild card as Creamline takes on Galleries Tower in a crucial all-Filipino conference showdown. With the race to the semifinals heating up, momentum and composure will be everything. Riding the momentum of 3 straight victories after an early stumble, Creamline looks every bit the contender on a mission. The Cool Smashers absorbed a shutout to PLDT early in the conference, that match right there, but responded like champions. 3 straight wins. They took down Choco Mucho in 4 sets, followed it up with another 4-set win over Zeus Coffee, and then delivered a statement sweep against Capital One. That stretch re-established their championship aura, disciplined, balanced, and depth-driven. But standing in their way is a team that thrives on unpredictability. Galleries Tower enters with an up-and-down record through 5 matches, alienating or alternating wins and losses, making them both dangerous and difficult to read. The high-risers nearly strung together back-to-back wins but squandered a 2-1 set lead against Choco Mucho and fell in 5. Still, they've shown that they can surge. Strong outings from Erica Deloria and Gail Pascual have powered their offense, while veterans Aiza Maizo Puntillas and setter Julia Coronel provide stability. The question for Galleries, can they sustain the intensity and finish? Now, let's take a look at what both teams must do to win. First, they must control the net. Pangs Panaga and Bea De Leon must establish their presence early. Blocking, discipline, and quick transitions will disrupt Galleries' rhythm. Second for Creamline, balanced offense. Tots Carlos, Gemma Galanza, and Bernadette Pons give Creamline multiple scoring options. When the attack is spread out, they become very difficult to defend. And finally, sustain the edge. Head coach Sherwin Meneses stressed the importance of securing wins now to improve their positioning. But he also warned, you cannot relax against a team like Galleries. Focus, execution, closing power. Now, let's switch it up and talk about Galleries Tower. Number 1 for them is play fearless. The high-risers, they got nothing to lose. And that can be their advantage. If they dictate tempo early, they can force Creamline out of system. Number 2, star production. Deloria and Pascual must deliver consistent points and not just sparks. They need sustained offense to match Creamline's depth. And number 3, finish strong. They've shown they can build leads. Now they must protect them. Discipline in serve-receive and smart setting decisions will be critical in tight sets. 4 weeks into the All-Filipino Conference, and one thing is clear. No lead is safe, and no team is untouchable. Creamline enters as the slight favorite, but Gallery's Tower thrives in chaos. Expect momentum swings, expect long rallies, expect a battle. So let's look at the schedule for the matchups tomorrow. With that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.